London, it's Paul O'Grady.
Any lovely, eh? I remember the old days when they used to send a car to bring you to work. I've got to try and get off him now. OK, Darhan, don't shift, all right? While I do this. I don't know what you're laughing at, mate. You've had your leg over worse. Come here, sweetheart. Darhan. Here's my boy. Here. Here. Oh, ain't he lovely, eh? Look at that face, eh? Show me your face. I'm glad I got a pretty one. That's all I can say. Well, the other side's got Anne Widdecombe in a tent. We tried to get the nearest thing. I tell you what, he's very eco-friendly, you know. You wouldn't believe how many miles this goes to the gallon, would you? Eh? Which is just as well because he gets a bit aerated when you get the petrol nozzle and... So I'll give you another little bit of carrot, yeah, for being such a good boy. There you go, His name's Darhan. He slept on my bed last night, isn't he? Thank you very much, Darhan. I'll see you later. I'm going over here. Don't follow me. It's called Bucky Bucky 2. Will you please welcome Mr. Russell Brand? Let me hear you. You like? How are you, gorgeous? How you doing? Yeah. Take yourself down. How are you? You look very tentatively. Get up, will you? I'm trying to chat. You were very tentative. You sort of peered round cautiously then, like something was about to happen.
I was trying to comprehend this Conan Doyle-style world of yours.
It is rather, isn't it?
It's stately.
Except for me fire. Have you seen that? That's poverty-stricken, that, isn't it?
It is a grave pity that such a wonderful home has such a pitiful half.
Would you have a word with me? Have a word with them for me, please?
Or we could ourselves do some arson.
No, Lee. I don't know what's behind this. Now, look, you nearly didn't make it here tonight, did you, because of the hassle you've had in the States at the airport over the paparazzi?
Oh, yes.
Now, I want to know about this. What happened? Because you were defending your fiancé's honour.
I unwittingly, Paul, became inadvertently involved in an act of chivalry.
Good lads.
I think, yeah, chivalry came to me by accident. I thought that it was a fracas, but it turned out it was chivalrous.
Is that how you say it? I would say fracas.
No.
No, it's fracas. Oh,
particularly on live television, it could be misunderstood.
As something else.
Yeah, I was... you know that the paparazzi can sometimes be rather overzealous in their pursuit of a photograph. And I think that this one particular gentleman should have been perhaps a nature photographer. He was after something that a gynaecologist should never see. Well, a gynaecologist would necessarily see in the pursuit of his craft. But a paparazzi in an airport does not need that level of intimacy.
So did you have a Barney? Did you, like...
As you can see from my manner and scarf, I'm not an overly truculent gentleman. I don't get into fisticuffs too often because I've never been that good at fighting.
Oh, I love a good fight, Russell.
Do you love a fight?
Oh, well, when I worked in the Vauxhall Tavern, I was up and down that stage like a pair of Whois drawers belting people. Honestly, bang. Seriously, you had to, Russell. It was a rough house.
I've performed at the Vauxhall Tavern, and you're quite right. A lot of nights I was worried that someone would crash the back doors in. There was so much aggravation.
That was usually me. Listen, how did your stag night go? Did you go to Blackpool and get tied to a lamppost and have an L plate stuck with super glue to your genitalia?
I narrowly avoided that kind of activity.
That's fun.
Because I don't drink or take drugs, if someone did strip me naked... This is just my
Russell, hang on a minute. You don't drink anymore? No?
Or drugs.
No?
I'm a very well-behaved person, so if someone ties me up in the nude, I will feel very, very awkward.
Well, that's my plans for after the show, doing, Michael.
It would seem unreasonable. I think when you're drunk, you've got a higher tolerance for public nudity. At least I did. But, yeah, people were very, very reserved, although I did learn that there were plans to put a sheep into my bedroom. But, like, I think that would be unfair to me, to the sheep. It's unhygienic, it's confusing. It was a sort of rural-themed hotel. I could have mistook it for a rug.
And do you know what else? They rip your sheets. No.
I'm using you as a barometer for what's acceptable.
Don't be using me. I don't want to be seen as respect. I want to be seen as a warning, Russell. Not acceptable at all. But did you have a good night anyway? Because I know Jonathan Ross was with you. And
yeah, I went to see... I'm a West Ham fan, and I saw West Ham beat Tottenham Hotspurs. That made me happy. Then I just... Wow.
Don't start getting into football, because I'll get lady.
People have become partisan, and Sir Michael supports Barnsley, I believe.
I do.
You'll be up for a row.
I can't row the Barnsley supporter. We've won nothing for years.
How's the wedding preparations going with Casey?
Really, really well, thank you. What I've learned about the preparations of a wedding, there are techniques. I was told this because I've not been used to being in long-term monogamous relationships.
No, I've read the book, love. I've read it. Jesus, foreplay here has owed me chips. It won't be 5 minutes. I mean, honest to God, thought I was bad in a bus stop, but you take the biscuit, mate.
Biscuits and chips, it's a carbohydrate-laden feast.
Good. Give you a bit of a buzz, give you stamina to do it. So,
what I've learned, this is how to prepare a wedding in a heterosexual monogamous relationship. What you have to do, I got told I consulted 2 friends, in this instance it was Noel Gallagher and Walliams, David Walliams, said, how is it that you control a marriage situation? They said, what you have to do is you have to say yes to everything. Noel Gallagher, just say yes to everything, just say yes, just agree with me, right? And then David Walliams added that what you have to do is say yes, but you have to also show interest.
Yeah.
Don't just say yes straight away. For example, would you like to get these floral lilac napkins? You don't just go, yes. You go, oh, are there other napkins available? I like these one. The hem is delightful. Yes. Show interest first. Not straight with the yes, otherwise it appears insincere.
Now, Casey, you messed at the MTV was because we had murder, didn't you? Because about Bush and the Jonas Brothers.
Yes, I expressed opinions that our American cousins did not agree with, and their riposte was going to be to kill me.
I've read all the death threats in here. I mean, some of them are a bit...
I can't take death threats seriously because, you know, in time, if you really want someone to die, just sit patiently and wait.
But she threw at the... Do you know the mess at the MTV Awards, Michael? She threw a bottle at him and said, what did she call you, a lazy transvestite?
Yeah! At least you've always been a thorough one.
Exactly. And I've caught the bottle and all. But was it love at first sight? Did you see it and think, I'm mad for this girl?
Yeah, I did, as a matter of
fact. She's a sweetheart.
I think I was sort of maybe in a different place psychologically and ready to be in a relationship, and sort of different how I was maybe a year, or in fact an evening earlier, where I had very different agenda. But when I met her, it seemed that it was very rational to have a look at my conduct.
She's a sweetheart, Casey.
She made my tummy turn over. I feel all confused and strange. You never know what they're going to do. It's baffling, confusing, having to do that, agreeing with lavender napkins, then say yes. There's a whole new system, all different rules. No one ever explained to me how it was supposed to be. I'm just trying my hardest.
You see, this is why I hate weddings and I like funerals, because you don't have to buy a present. And you don't have to pose for photos, and you can get blind drunk and cry your eyes out, nobody flinches. Russell, you're going to stay with us, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, more from Russell Brand. They'll be going anywhere. And, of course, we have our show-stopping finale featuring somebody very shy. Louis!
Yes, aren't they?
Are they new shoes?
Yeah.
That's
no.
bad luck to put shoes on the table. No, don't. Are you
It's a
ready?
boot. It's a boot. It's fine.
That's even worse. Silly mother's come out at me there, Michael. New shoes on. Are you ready for the finale?
Oh, it's so,
This
well,
is
I
very
think so,
fetching
isn't
top.
it?
It's
I mean, I
very
may
nice.
not be John Wayne or a star, but I've made an effort. Haven't I?
This why I didn't want you to dismantle the fireplace. I see, I understand, yeah. Let's hear it for Louis. He'll be back at the end of the show. What next? Plan B? Don't go anywhere. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome back. In a moment, Plan B and that musical finale when I'm going to be getting out me gaga. It's the dance routine. Russell and Michael are here. And Russell, in your new book, you lift the lid on all the big fuss over Andrew Sachs. The Sachs Gate, as it was called.
I lifted the lid off of it.
Off it, yes. And you blame yourself.
Oh, yeah, that was... I take responsibility because it was very bad manners and impolite. So I've, but at the time I was too distracted by the furore to focus on that. But now I've had a bit of time to think about it, it was rude.
But why? It was a pre-record, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I always think that.
So why didn't the production say, we'll take that out just in case it's a bit contentious?
Because they're terrified of him.
Terrified because of my tyrannical celebrity.
No, because you're the boss.
Ah, yes.
And did you kick off and say, leave that in?
That's another problem about who's the boss in the production company.
Yeah.
An old-fashioned producer would have said, no, don't do that. I mean, that's silly.
Yeah.
You're just going to get into a heap of trouble, on the BBC too.
Yeah.
And so it was passed down the line, and it's that old thing about, you know, the collision, and in the end, it gets out. And it's the system as much as anything else, you know. I mean, you're daft to do it, you know that.
It was a bit daft of me.
It was a bit daft, more than that.
You see, do what I do. When I have the urge to abuse a pensioner, I take it out on Joyce. I mean, she throws a rock-hard sausage roll at me and that's it, and it's all over. But did you think there was going to be all this fuss?
No, I didn't think there would be any fuss. I didn't think about it at all.
Well, look, you've got two comics kicking off in a cellar in the BBC, all sorts comes out, and you just need somebody to pay the scissors.
Yeah, but what I'd like to know is what's funny about it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, OK. Oh, no, it might take ages. Well, like, it was really spontaneous. At the time, it was like... I didn't know that anything would get shouted. It was meant to be sort of like... I was going, right, we're leaving a message for Andrew because he's meant to be coming on the show. I was calling him to say, why are you not answering your phone? You're supposed to be on the show. And I've always been respectful. And the listeners already knew about the granddaughter situation, which I'd explained. It's because he's a natural chat show host.
I'll just polish my organ.
He just turned it on.
Don't mind.
What can you do?
I'll just give my organ a little wipe. No, do you know what I'm going to say? It was the night of the Telly Awards when all that kicked off, the National Telly Awards, because we all get there, and there's all the journalists, and nobody said, oh, congratulations, good luck for tonight. They all said, what do you think about Jonathan Ross? And all this business.
Right.
Russell Brand. And I said, when I got my award, and I got up, you know, you get in that room and they're all there.
Yeah.
And I said, if anyone else mentions Russell Brand and Jonathan Ross to me, they're going to get this award straight up there. The paper the next day said, Paul O'Grady said he'd like to shove his award up Jonathan Rotten. And I thought, you can't win. You cannot win.
You can't win by doing that because it would ruin your award and Jonathan's marriage.
Exactly. Russell, I wish you all the very luck with that lovely lady. I hope you look after her because I'm very fond of her, and you know we'll all come down
She's my mate. It's really good, you know, because but in spite of all the exciting things and glamorous things, it's just like having a mate. It's really, really good. It's ordinary. It's the most ordinary relationship I've had, mostly because there's only one of her.
Yeah. Let's hear it for Russell Brand. Come on. Russell, you're a sweetie. Here you are.
Thank you.
Time now to welcome back one of Britain's most exciting new stars.